I did see your comment. I was in the middle of doing the voices for the characters, but yeah, we're just playing some Shadowrun. It's an RPG. It's pretty cool. This is our character right here, main character. He's pretty sweet. We got some sweet abilities. I'm kind of like, I'm a bit of a melee throwing knife ninja mage thing. Kind of what I'm going for, like a time mage, like a shaman, I guess, is like who can throw. I mean, anybody can throw grenades, but it's a cool game. All right, the DBD player ramps up to speed, filling the air with a shrill whirring sound. Green Winter's image reappears on the screen. Timestamp. All right, timestamp is 2054. 10:31 this time. That's not that much later. Well, that was a bust. Little progress on first rewind either. Shakes his head. I don't know, it's weird. The information is there, it's just wrong somehow. It's too well laid out, too simple. Real life is messy. This feels just a little too neat. It is cyberpunk. It's not the only thing that's been nagging me. I'm getting the tingly feeling all up and down the back of my neck again. It feels like I'm being tracked. I'm no Matrix hotshot like Clockwork or Schaefer, but I'm good enough to know when someone's on my scent. Guys, install some new security measures. Can't be too careful. Alright, Winter's image disappears, display goes black. Few seconds later, main menu returns. Track 5. Display goes black for a moment, then the face of Green Winter sinks into the screen. He is seated at a computer. Off to his left, an enormous monitor fills the screen. His voice carries an edge of panic. The timestamp reads 2054-11, the 9th. Remember the 9th of November? Oh wow, he looks a lot different in this picture. Huh, it's creepy. Christ, I'm getting close to something. There's a trail of bodies and there's been disappearances. Gearbox, Marcan, Peregrine, they've all disappeared within the past few years. Gearbox just went AWOL yesterday. They all are making the same sorts of inquiries about the firewing that I've been seeing. There are ghost stories spreading around the Decker community. Stories about Deckers disappearing and then showing up. Deckers are hackers, by the way. Deckers showing up again later, but wrong somehow. Scary stuff, and I'm starting to think it's true. Well, Green Winters, in fairness, you kind of look wrong here, friend. Blitz. Blitz leans in to whisper you. I know the stories he's talking about, Chief. Never really thought to put much stock in them, not until now. Could these rumors be related to what's happening here, or am I just paranoid? He paused for a moment, as if seriously, I'm still Australian mode. Whoops. The questioner, Britishy. He then shakes his hand and slams his fist on the table. No, I don't think so. Something big is happening here. I'm right in the middle of it. Ager cuts in. That's a bit of a leap. She's an orc. One other thing. Tolstoy told me a story about a kill team that might be related to all this. Apparently, a Decker named Hellbore passed a theory about Forschewage, that means Fire Dragon, by the way, Fire Drake, to the Shadowrun BBS about 5 years ago. About an hour ago, a mil-spec team showed up in meat space and cooked her entire apartment with her in it. Is that Nicolas Cage? Not quite. He looks a little bit like Cage, though, for real. If what Tolstoy told me is true, Hellbore live posted the event. She described her killer, this big great orc with skin grafts, and the whole thread disappeared, gone without a trace. Dieter says, Leap? Igor Love? Sounds like he's on the right track to me. Igor holds her silence but concedes the point with a small nod. On the screen, Winter pauses. He looks like he's working up something. Finally, he speaks. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. This has gotta be Forschewage. All of it. Adrian was right about her. She's still alive. And she's out of the socks. Okay, he talks about the SOX again. What is this XOX? What is it? And Hell, what was the Decker? Hell something? Hell bent? Hell... It's a Decker. I'm taking notes on this. This is the disc tape. This is the disc. She's covering her tracks, working the shadows, preparing to rise again. That means I have to find you, Adrian, for everyone's sake. Thankfully, I got a lead. For the first time in 2 decades, I got a solid goddamn lead. Yeah, skin grafts. I backtraced all the Matrix nodes that Hellbore, that's what it was, Hellbore, was looking into back before she got cooked. Whoever's been purging the Matrix didn't think about that, and I found she turned up. Winter stabs a few keys on the keyboard, and an image expands to fill the screen on his monitor. A satellite photo of a rural landscape, annotated with GPS data. A set of map coordinates. So now I've got a target, a place to start digging, the Hartfield Manor, conveniently located on an isolated stretch of countryside, miles away from prying ears. Matrix records indicate that some sort of data vault exists beneath the estate, so that's what I need to get into. And this is where we come in. As of on cue. Okay, as of on cue, a familiar image winks on the monitor. Winner's left, Monica. Think I'm gonna tap Shaver for this job. She's got the skills to bypass whatever security system they're running out of there, and she's gullible enough to take the job in the first place. I'll feed her some line about Flux State security. She'll eat it with a bliss spoon. I warned her. Amsel's voice is choked with rage. I warned her. Stay a while and listen. On the display, Winter's mouth parts into a broad grin. Time to put plans into motion. By the time tomorrow night, I should have information that I need. Now, if the off chance Schaefer gets taken out, well, that'll tell me something too. Can't make an omelet and all that, unless you break some eggs. Until then, Winter's image disappears. Display goes black. A few seconds later, maybe. Okay, so he set her up. Winners. We already knew that though, but now we know for sure. He did set her up. He set up Schaefer. Our mentor, our friend. She was the old captain of the team before we became captain. Or the team leader. When you play the 6th track, a small video window appears. You recognize the scene of the window. You are looking at the tattered drapes and nicotine-stained wallpaper of Winter's hotel room at Das Kesselhaus. Das Kesselhaus. The timestamp on the video, let's write this down, number 6. 2054, 11:10, so the 10th. Actually, just a day later. There's a blur of motion in the haggard form of Green Winters lumbers into frame. Suspicions confirmed. Schaefer dead. Confirmed. Christ. Oh, Schaefer dead. Christ. Winters reaches a shaking hand. Off camera. A moment later, he returns to clutching a cheap plastic drinking glass. He gulps something down, wipes his mouth in the back of his hand. Takes a deep breath. Okay. Back up, slow down, start from the beginning. Winters closes his eyes and makes visible an effort to calm himself. When he speaks again, his voice is steady. Got the call from my contact in Cruz Bazaar. Schaefer killed on the estate run. Matrix security at the state cooked her brain. Considering Schaefer's skill and experience, on-site IC must have been extreme. Even by Berlin standards, security at that kind costs money. Real money. Given the evidence uncovered so far, corporate involvement unlikely. The connection to the Fire Wing is too strong. So, let's come right out and say it. The dragon is what we're dealing with here, and the smart money says that she's coming for me next. Well, I won't go down without a fight. I've still got my contacts, still got my connections, and a flux state can be a hell of a weapon for the man who knows how to manipulate it. Winters takes another long pull from this glass, grimaces and swallows. Time for me to make my play. Ghost stories or no, missing Deckers or no, I've got to jack into the Matrix and start pulling strings. The countermeasures that I installed earlier should be more than enough to keep me safe for 20 minutes. I'll be in there for the 20 minutes. Winters changes the rest of his glass, tosses his back over his shoulder. A moment later, you hear the dull clattering of a sound of a hard plastic on linoleum. Schaefer's death was tragic. She was a staunch supporter of the F-State. But still, all things considered... Winter fishes for something off screen. A moment later, his hand clutching a data jack cable. Better her than me. He plugs the cable into his head and the screen cuts to static. Ah, it's really painful. They do this? You're kidding me, right? Oh. Yeah, it's not inserting into the port in the back of my head very well. Alright, eject the DVD. Alright, as you finger near the... Ow, that really did hurt. I gotta get that checked out. As you finger near the eject button, a black screen cuts over the static. A moment later, Green Winter's haggard face appears. If you're watching this, then I guess they caught up to me. They will be after you too now. Blitz whispers into your ear again, more harshly this time. What the hell is... Hang on, he's kind of the Australian guy. Hang on. Or at least a Britishy voice. God, I need something more to drink now. What the hell is this? Why didn't you warn me about this before I came here? Whisper back. We didn't know. Not exactly. Not exactly? I didn't come here to get horned by a dragon. I'm not even part of this. You are now, whether you like it or not. So quiet down and stop bothering him. Whoever you are, and whatever you think you're after, you need to find Dr. Adrian Vauclair. Let me write that down. Dr. Adrian. We gotta find Adrian, apparently. Vauclair. Not only because he's my brother, because if Fusha is rising again, he's the only one who can stop her. You've seen what happens to people who get too close to this. I'm dead and dozens of others have died. You'll be next unless you find Adrian. The screen cuts back to static. The message is over. The DVD tried, slides out of the reader. Where's Bane? Ah. You think darkness is your ally. I was born in it. Molded by it. I hadn't seen the light of day until I was grown into a man, and by then, I was already succumbed. The room goes quiet as everyone struggles to process what you've just seen on the DVD. Finally, Daedrich breaks the silence. A dragon? Son of a bitch! Green Winter set us up against dragon! Oh, the fire wings. Amsel's voice is thick with dread. Here she lives. Diablo and his minion. I'm really starting to regret the fact that I didn't just stay at the hotel. Igor ignores him. Wait a second. We don't know for certain. Dietrich lays his hand on Igor's shoulder. The evidence seemed pretty convincing to me, love. I'll even take it a step further. I think the secret facility that we stumbled into was her lair. The room falls silent. Igor and Glory exchange glances. After a moment, Dietrich continues. Just think about it. The decker that Winters got over those coordinates was from posting about Fusha. Then she was killed by the same orcish bastard that attacked us after Monica died. There's a direct link between the dragon, the scarred orc, and the Hartfield Manor. And then Winters was killed by the same thing that killed Monica. Exactly. My gut tells me that the dragon is down there, BrewSpy. Someplace far beneath the surface. I think that we knocked on the door to her lair without even knowing it. And I think that, given what we've seen, the dragon will do whatever it takes to keep us quiet about it. Okay, going on the assumption that there is a dragon, and that she will come after us, what do you propose we do about it? That might be a better voice for Igor. I'm trying a couple different things with her. She is an orc. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're going to follow Winter's advice. We're going to find Vauclair.